Everybody, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing on the agenda, I need a motion to excuse Councilwoman Bernardo.
Motion to excuse Councilwoman Bernardo. Sorry.
Here we have a motion on the floor, properly second. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaugh,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. The other thing, we have an agenda item addition. Ms. Cherry has asked for she has to read a deed that we need to vote on this evening, so I'll ask council for, under the emergency situation, to approve that.
I'll make that motion. I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, properly second, to give Ms. Cherry the floor to handle the deed issue with the Tommy East property. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaugh,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Ms. Cherry?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, members of council, ladies and gentlemen, the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Du Bois has approved, as you know, a sale to CO.3 LLC, a limited liability company that intends to repair and develop the building into a combination of businesses that I think Redevelopment Authority believes, and the city shares that belief, will be valuable for the city. Attorney Paula Cherry and Attorney Chris Money reviewed these matters together, and an agreement of sale and redevelopment contract has been prepared. It has already been signed by the prospective buyers, and now it is my recommendation to council that council approve the sale that's been agreed upon by the Redevelopment Authority. The restrictions meet all of the city's requirements, and so I think that it's now ready. Once the city approves it, I would ask that you direct the mayor to sign it, and that we will then turn it over to the attorney for the Redevelopment Authority so that he can secure the signatures of the chairman and the secretary of the Redevelopment Authority, so that we can proceed with this sale.
Okay, council's heard from Ms. Cherry. Any motions?
I make a motion, we accept that. Second.
Okay, motion on the floor, properly seconded, to approve the transfer of deeds and get the signatures for the city to turn over to redevelopment. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaugh,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Okay, approval of city council meeting minutes on October 9th, 2023.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, properly second, to approve the city council meeting minutes, October 9th, 2023. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaugh,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Abstain.
Walsh.
Yes. Registry of invoices. We have auto draft of $16,582.19, general fund bills of $422,050.89, and Penvest payments of $2,626,432.26. Council's wishes.
I'll make a motion to approve the registry of invoices.
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor, properly second, to approve the registry of invoices as presented. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaugh,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Public comments. Yes.
Shirley Druge on behalf of Downtown Du Bois Inc. I am here advocating for our downtown, asking that you not sell the Scribner parking lot across the street. I have several business owners here. I also have retained signatures for mayor and council. We feel that selling the parking lot, it's an asset to our community. Also, with the future of the city and the merger, additional parking is gonna be needed. It's gonna affect all these downtown businesses, all of us that park in that parking lot, the customers that park there. It's gonna shift everything, and then we're gonna have issues with on-street parking in front of the downtown businesses. So we ask that you consider retaining that parking lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley.
I have a comment. I agree with you, Shirley. Tom Nowak had a great idea many years ago.
Yes.
that- He doesn't have a lot, so let's listen to him.
Mayor, council, legal counsel. Everybody's talking about the parking lot, which, you know, we do need the parking, need the parking even tonight. But there's a little building that's sitting over there that'd be a very good asset to the city. I can see that building with Lisa and I over there at the treasurer's office to collect taxes and water bills. And then free up additional office space here also. But it's just an all-around good thing for the city, to keep the parking lot and the building.
Yes, I agree. I agree with Tommy and the downtown, all the businesses, we support that idea, and we actually think that's a fabulous idea because of the accessibility and convenience for everybody to be able to have like a drive-through to pay their water and their taxes. You have a lot of people that are elderly and handicapped, that would make it so much easier for them to pay as well. It's just all around a good idea and beneficial to the downtown, the community as a whole.
I'd like to speak on that as well. I think it would be great for our treasurer's office, for the citizens of our community, because we do have a lot of people that have a difficulty coming through the doors. And the drive up would be great for us. Not just that, but there's also a safe, because the bank was in there, which would be even better for our treasurer's office. So, plus maybe I'd have an office, an office, that would be great, and as long, and you too. I mean, we would have our office, so, I'd like you to consider it. Tommy and I thought that from the beginning, so, benefit everybody and the parking as well, because I know we use it, but us, the employees, sometimes have to use it as well. So, thank you.
You know, keep in mind, the reason we did this, we had somebody approach us to buy it,
Correct.
to build on it, and we said we can't just take that, so we had to advertise for bids. But we have the right to reject any and all bids.
I
So-
appreciate that, and that's good, that's a good idea. I mean, you know, you look at all the avenues, it's great, but for us that come here and work here every day, I think it would really, really benefit us as the citizens, the people living here, and the people that pay their water bills and their taxes. So, thank you for considering it
All
though.
right, thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir, Mr. White.
Steve Way, yeah, I would just like to add to that, I think that's a great idea. And that, you know, we are always constantly trying to engage with people in our community and tourism that is coming into the area. And to continue, I would just think that if you guys have any downtime while you're over there and we have parking, we could continue to hand out brochures and gateway to the big country and our restaurants and all the wonderful facilities we have down here, so they could actually help participate just a little bit in helping to continue to get our community focused and engaged with everyone here. So I meant that as a slight humorous aspect, but I also want to just encourage us to not sell these assets when we have other buildings and property, that if private entities want to add or develop things in the downtown, that we should look strongly for the properties that you guys both hold and some of the other people in our downtown area that really need fixed up and worked on. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Glass.
I wasn't gonna speak about that, but, several business owners did approach me, and I understand sometimes we don't always have all the facts of why you're considering selling it. But I wonder, it kinda seems like it's been in a hurry, like we almost did it last time and then we tabled it. So I do think that if there is a good solid reason, that we need to communicate that a little bit better, so that they understand. And, you know, maybe have a little bit more of a roundtable discussion about their concerns and, you know, make sure that it doesn't that the positives outweigh the negatives. Because right, from what I see right now, I can't say that that's the case, but again, you know, I don't know what you guys are looking at either, so I don't think there should be any hurry for it, and, I would ask that you, consider what they have to say. Thank you.
That is why it was tabled though, to get more information, things like that on the whole thing, get a chance to hear from people, stuff like that. I thought it was too quick myself, so that's why I asked last meeting for it to be tabled to this week.
Anybody else? Mr. Sullivan?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to renew my objection to the sale of your West Scrivener lots until after consolidation, and we're sure that additional parking will not be needed for staff here at the municipal building.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Don Uber, Randall Ford. Driving around the city, almost every time you stop at a red light, there's 3, 4, 5 vehicles run through the red. There's been times that sheets on McCracken Run Road, you get a green light, you can't get out. They keep coming. Now tractor trailers are coming through. I know the police can't be at every intersection all the time, and some of them are really gonna be hard to just view them. Can we get traffic cameras? You know, it's 24/7, gets people coming through. You get a couple tickets for a couple $100, you're gonna start stopping at a red light.
We've looked
Someone's
into,
gonna get hurt.
we've looked into that, sir, and there are some cameras at various intersections. However, and Chief, if you want to explain this, it's illegal in Pennsylvania to use those cameras to give you a ticket. They're more for if you're in a wreck, God forbid, you know, there's, Chief, go ahead and you speak.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's the Philadelphia and I think Pittsburgh's the only two places in the state of Pennsylvania that can utilize traffic cams for law enforcement. We cannot utilize them for law enforcement.
Okay.
The one
But
thing
you
we-
are right. I mean, I've almost been hit coming out of the sheets over here.
The one thing we are doing though is some of these lights will then be activated by a camera, like instead of sitting there through a traffic light with no traffic, and you're just wondering why doesn't it change, and it will change, correct? And that's going in, where's that first one going in, or?
Oh, you mean the tag reader one?
Well, where a vehicle pulls up to, it's
Oh,
gonna be.
yeah, it's right there by Sheets.
Sheets, so, you know, looking at those as things move forward, we'll continue to probably put more of those in, but they're quite expensive.
Because I've even seen people taking a left turn on red.
Yeah, but it'll trigger that light to change if there's no traffic going the other way, so it should help the flow of traffic as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Clement?
Yes, Mayor, I just want to thank City Council. There was a big victory for the taxpayers today. You pulled out of fighting the injunction, so I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Wow, good, thank you. Move on. Proclamation. We usually have this many people, we get 25 minutes.
Taking it easy on Corby's first meeting.
We have two proclamations tonight, I'll read them very quickly. The first one, and I'll ask council to vote on these separately, is change clock, change battery on November 5th, 2023. Whereas every year fires occur in the city of Dubois, sometimes resulting in injury and death. Whereas 3 out of 4 homes have at least one smoke detector, but an estimated 1/2 are inoperable because of worn or missing batteries. Whereas working smoke detectors double the chance of saving lives during a fire. Whereas the designation of a special day to remind residents of Dubois to change the batteries in their smoke detectors and flashlights. Time to coincide with the fall ritual of changing clocks will be greatly diminished as human tragedy. Whereas November 5th, 2023 is the day Americans change their clocks from daylight savings time. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and city council of the city of Dubois do hereby proclaim Sunday, November 5th, 2023 as change your clock, change your batteries day in Dubois, and urge all citizens to join in this observance so we may all live safer lives in witness thereof. Council's wishes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion on the floor properly seconded to approve the proclamation for change clock, change battery November 5th. Any questions? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Sheets,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. And the second one, which is also very important, Whereas, it's Veterans Day, whereas the men and women who have served in the armed forces of the United States of America have made major contributions towards the preservation of freedom of this nation and people. And whereas the services performed by these millions of gallant Americans have demonstrated the willingness of our nation to meet the challenge of those forces wishing to subjugate individual determination through armed conflict. And whereas the Congress of the United States of America has designated the 11th day of November of each year as Veterans Day. Whereas Veterans Day has become a significant part of our national heritage as we recognize the important contributions of the millions of our citizens whose military service has had a profound effect on history. Whereas Veterans Day offers the nation an opportunity to rededicate ourselves to Abraham Lincoln's call to Congress and the American people to care for him who shall have been born in the battle, and for his widow and his orphans. And whereas the nation and the free world are extremely grateful for the contribution of American veterans, men and women, to the advancements of the cause of an honorable world peace. Now therefore be resolved that the Mayor and City Council of the City of DuBois, on behalf of the George D. Montgomery American Legion Post 17, the James J. Patterson VFW Post 813, and the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 65, do hereby call upon all citizens to observe Saturday, November 11th, as Veterans Day, and ask that the day be observed with appropriate ceremonies in honor of those who have served the national purpose to preserve the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy. In witness whereof, the official seal of the City of DuBois has been affixed this 23rd day of October. Council's wishes.
Motion to, go ahead.
I'll make a motion that the City of DuBois recognizes November 11th as Veterans Day.
Second.
A motion on the floor, properly second, to officially name or do the proclamation of Veterans Day, November 11th, 2023. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum?
Yes.
Reesinger?
Yes.
Dietz?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes. Jeremy Ruffner from Crime Stoppers. Jeremy, are you here? Jeremy, how you doing?
So I'm here today to represent the Crime Stoppers. For those of you who don't know me, I am the 911 coordinator in the county. We operate the 911 center. I also sit on the Crime Stoppers board. And Crime Stoppers is alive and well in Clearfield County, and a lot of people don't realize that is an avenue. And I brought some signs with me if you want to, we can pass these around. These are, the district attorney has provided us some drug forfeiture money that we've purchased these signs with. One of the reasons I'm here today is to talk about Crime Stoppers, but also to get council's blessing on installing some of these signs in the City of DuBois on existing signposts that you have in the city. So we're going to try to distribute them all around the county to alert people to the fact that there's another avenue for you to report criminal activity in the county. So obviously everyone knows that when you see something going on, you pick up the phone and call 911. But when you do that, you're alerting everyone to who you are. And if you want to stay anonymous, there is really no good way to do that. And people don't report crimes because they want to be anonymous and not be part of they want to be part of the solution, but they don't want to get their name out there. So by calling Crime Stoppers, you're able to provide that information to the police department. That information is then transferred through the district attorney's office and the police department, and that information is given to that specific area where the crime is happening. And we have found that those anonymous reports lead to a lot of arrests inside of Crime Stoppers. So Crime Stoppers is alive and well. We meet on a monthly or a bi-monthly basis. And anybody who wants to participate in the Crime Stoppers program is able to do that. They can come and participate. We meet at the 911 center in Clearfield, so anybody who wants to do that, you can participate. We're always looking for members because we have a very small group. But with council's blessing, we're going to start installing some of these signs in the City of DuBois. It would be most likely the smaller version of the sign that I passed around. That would be in the parking areas of downtown for people to be able to see it. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, wait, I have one. Where is Chief? Is that something our guys got to do, or is it okay if they do it?
Either way.
Okay. And
in other municipalities, the road department has just basically said, here's a good spot, here's a good spot. We'll be providing all the bolts and all the appendages for the signs, so they don't have to do anything like that. But we'll have them numbered and labeled, so we're going to know where they're at when we put them up. And then once we put them up, if we need to, we can always move them around. So what's nice about signs like this, and is in areas where they have crime prevention programs, they will move them. If they have an area of town where there's a problem, they'll put them where the problem is at in the town. And criminals don't like a sign like this hung in front of a house where there's criminal activity. And so we move them around, and it'd be amazing as we move these signs around how the phone calls start to get generated. And so the calls come into, there is no caller ID, there is no name asked, none of those kind of things. So when you call Crime Stoppers, you're just reporting the crime, you're doing due diligence, and you can hang up the phone, and then we pass that on to the police department. So it's a good program.
Do you do anything for like harassment? Like, what if somebody were just calling and turning somebody in? Like, is there anything they've done? What do you do to prevent those kind of things?
Surprisingly enough, that doesn't really happen. When people are calling Crime Stoppers, they're really getting a good. You're getting a good tip from those people. We've never had that as an issue.
I guess the only thing I have is when we approve this, would you be willing to meet with the chief and with Mr. Farrell to go over the
Absolutely.
SWAT?
Yep. And other municipalities have asked the same question. So yes, we're prepared to do that.
Mine was about anonymous, you know, how does it say anonymous and,
There is the phone rings, the call center answers that information. They ask some very basic questions. What's going on? Where is it happening at? Do you know who's involved? They don't ask your name. There's no caller ID on the line. There's none of those kind of things, and you're disconnected. The only time that they will ask for a name is if there is a reward offered. So in some cases, there is a reward offered. If there's a reward offered and you're asking to receive that reward, then we have to ask for your name to be able to provide the reward in the event that your tip leads to an arrest. But otherwise, 99% of our tips are completely anonymous, and it's a very good program.
what's your rate of completion or rate of?
When we had one of the programs that we administered was the Criminal of the Week program. When we would put the Criminal of the Week or the Criminal of the Month program up online, it was within an hour. Generally, that person was apprehended. And we would have to dedicate somebody to that phone, because when we had to structure it so we knew when we were going to put it up, because as soon as we put it up and it went onto social media, it took off like wildfire. And it was, they wanted to know who is someplace, where is this guy at? Well, as soon as they put it up and said, do you know where this guy's at? The phone started ringing, and we had him within an hour. It was amazing. So when somebody, there's somebody that's a fugitive of the week, it's amazing how quickly they get apprehended. A lot of times, we were finding that the fugitive of the week would call and just say, "Here I am," because they didn't want, they didn't want all that attention. So it was really a good program.
So you still do it or you don't do it?
We are relaunching the Criminal of the Week program, and so that is one of the things that's going to be going along with Crime Stoppers. We haven't done that yet, just because a lot of people thought that Crime Stoppers was going all together, and it's not. It's still an active program.
How about if businesses want to get involved?
If businesses want to get involved, they're absolutely welcome to get involved. Like I said, we have as we roll this program out, and I really wanted it to be that it's a countywide program. So anybody who wants to get involved is absolutely welcome to get involved. And these signs are going to be available, so if you want one, you can always put it inside your business or pass it around from downtown businesses or such. So, yeah.
How do we reach you then? How do we reach you?
I gave all the councilmen and women my business card as well as a press release. So that is available. My number is on there, and you can call me.
Thank you.
Related to the signage, do you choose locations that are already pre-lit? And then to tag on to the end of her idea as to how businesses could help, is it something where if you wanted to put that in a location that's not pre-lit, maybe some businesses could donate solar light activated that would keep light shined on the sign so that it could be illuminated throughout the night?
We've just relit the fire here with Crime Stoppers, and so anybody's suggestions or help or advice or anything that you can see, we're welcome to any of those suggestions.
That was just the first thing I could
We're a very small committee right now, and we've just been kind of holding on by a thread, and so we're kind of relaunching this. So, yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, even it is a very inexpensive.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
Council's wishes.
Thank you.
Council's wishes.
Make a motion that we approve Crime Stoppers to put signs up throughout the city of Dubois.
Second that motion.
The motion on the floor properly second to approve Mr. Ruffner putting Crime Stoppers signs throughout the city of Dubois. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 8, proposals to purchase West Scrivener Avenue parking lot. Daleen, do you want to say anything about this?
This is the one that we've already talked about previously. It's just, it was tabled, so if you guys want to either make a motion to, we just need to know what you want to do with it.
I make a motion, we reject all bids.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, properly second, to reject all bids for the proposed purchase of the West Scrivener parking lot. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the park, we'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. I've got this much clapping in 6 months.
This was a motion.
Oh, yeah. 2023 park improvements. I do have a letter here from Mr. Asudi. Aileen, do you have the same letter?
Yes. His recommendation is that we table this for the time being and wait until after the forensic audit is done. Because he doesn't feel like right now is the time to be putting the city into more debt until we know where we stand.
Excellent.
Okay, council's wishes.
I make a motion, we table that until after the forensic audit.
Second that motion?
Okay, motion on the floor, properly second, to take the 2023 park improvements and table it till the audit's over. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number
With
10.
that though, we do have with that, we do have, the grant in place, stuff like that, there's still time, and everything like that. Best interest to table it for now.
Okay, number 10, award of the DM evaluations to HRG. Daleen, anything you want to speak on?
These two, there were dam inspections and they found deficiencies. So now we have to do studies to figure out what we want to do with them and how we're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, so DEP mandated this. They changed the requirement from, it was back 2009, something like that, to where it was a 36-inch rain in a 24-hour period,
That's correct.
something like that. What would happen to these dams? I mean, Scott, you might know more of that too, being involved in it. And then that kind of went by the wayside to go after the secondary source of water. So then we changed our focus to the well properties to have that secondary source of water. Now it's come back again. I think this here is just to evaluate the dams to see what we would need to do or what the recommendation would do based off, what was the rainfall amount, total amount? Anybody?
36 inches.
No, they changed it, they lowered it.
They dropped that.
They dropped it now, they dropped the what it would be. So now a study has to be done, would that dam hold up if that event happened? So, to me, it's almost biblical, but hey, you never know. Just a little information on that.
Yeah, it's a project DEP told us we have to do.
Oh, yeah, just like the sewer plant.
Okay, we'll
And
handle,
the secondary source of water.
we'll handle these individually. First one, to hire HRG to do the dam evaluation on Juniata Lake at a cost of $15,000.
I'll make that motion.
Second that motion?
Okay, motion on the floor, properly second, to award HRG the Juniata Lake dam evaluation project. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. And the Anderson Creek, which is better known as the Dubois Reservoir, for in the amount of $211,000. Award dam evaluation to HRG. Council's wishes.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, properly second, to award dam evaluation to HRG for the Anderson Creek / Dubois Reservoir in the amount of $211,000. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum,
Yes.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Walsh.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Chief, anything? Chief Farrell? Yeah.
No, good, sir.
Lisa?
November's next week, get your taxes paid, big time.
December
I
30th.
know, I look at you every day. Taxes will be.
Nothing right now, thank
All
you.
right.
Just thank you, Mr. Ruffner, for the work you're doing. It's very interesting.
Thanks.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
Aileen?
Nope.
Ms. Cherry?
Yes, I do have just a housekeeping matter, because I do not want anyone to think that you took any action at an executive session that occurred after the last meeting. It was informational, where you met with me and I advised you what I intended to do on both lawsuits and the reasons therefor. So I did not ask you to vote on it, you could not vote on it, but now that the actions that I told you I was going to take have been taken, I would respectfully request that council confirm its approval of the decision not to present any defense to the Sandy Township suit, nor, and to approve the temporary injunction and request that it be made permanent without further action.
Okay, we'll handle those individually. Number one is the Sandy Township injunction. Council's wishes.
I'm asking you to confirm that the action I took is
Yeah.
acceptable to you.
Council's wishes.
For the township, I confirm that as an motion.
Yeah, I need a motion.
Yeah, as a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor properly second to approve what Ms. Cherry's already done, actually. To put it on the board.
By the way, that is perfectly appropriate
I-
under.
And I understand it. Just to confirm that we agreed with that. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum?
Yes.
Reesinger?
Yes.
Dietz?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes. And finally, the John Splizio permanent injunction that Ms. Cherry acted on. Council's wishes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion on the floor properly second to approve Ms. Cherry's actions in the John Splizio permanent injunction. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Augenbaum?
Yes.
Reesinger?
Yes.
Dietz?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, very good.
Introducing Ms. Corby, as our second.
I'm sorry?
Introducing Corby.
Oh, yes. My Lord. Aileen, you want to take the pleasure?
This is the new secretary, Corby Slocum. She replaced Bobby, so she'll be at the front desk. Just be nice. She's trying to figure everything out with zero training. Zero.
Very good. All right. Chief, do you want to speak real quickly on Halloween trick or treat or anything?
Just be careful. No, seriously. There'll be a lot of kids out there. Just be mindful that they're gonna be there. Slow down, don't get in a hurry, utilize all your lights. If the children have clothing articles that'll, stand out, let them do it. The parade starts, I think, at 5 downtown, so Long Avenue will be shut down for about an hour. After that, 6 to 8 trick or treating on Halloween night, because we did have a phone call. Wanted to know what night exactly that it is, but we're gonna be out there as we do every year. We'll have hopefully officers in every ward patrolling, knock on wood. We've had 0 real problems, so let's hope, keep that track record going for the kids out there. Keep the lights on if you can, help them out.
Thank you, Chief. I have nothing else. Welcome to the humble city. Thank you very much. I'll ask council for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion on the floor properly second to adjourn tonight's meeting. Questions on the motion? Vote on the motion.
Augenbaum?
Yes.
Reesinger?
Yes.
Dietz?
Yes.
Walsh?
Yes. Thanks, everyone.
Don't move after I sign this.
Sure.
Tony, How's it going?